Straight to New Orleans, playing my life in my head like a sex or the accordion. Dreaming about some acres in the mule, rewrite what stories been. But when distracted from the world, can't see what a glory is. So I prophesy to the world, something like the Lord did. Holding on to my time, something like a hoarder is. Cause when it gets stolen, niggas is searching for their fortune. You won't get it badges like we ain't get back our horses. I'm forcing cause it starts in the waters, misusing forces. Wolf of Wall Street misguided niggas in these courses. Atrocious, we stuck in the barnyard with this bullshit. Better swing, get your ass out the hole. Just to imagine if I was down there, and those are my people down there. So anybody out there that wants to do anything that we can help with the setup.
Shout out to Ye.
The setup to help the poor, the black people, the less well off, as slow as possible. I mean, this is Red Cross is doing everything they can. We already realize a lot of the people that could help are at war right now, fighting another way, and they've given them permission to go down and shoot us.
Crazy.
And subtle, but in even many ways more profoundly devastating.
Face is like,
we got Shrek.
Will to rebuild and remain in the area. The destruction of the spirit of the people of southern Louisiana and Mississippi may end up being the most tragic loss of all. George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Yo, man. Yo, look at Chris Rock is like, I mean, not Chris Rock, Chris Tucker's like, and Mike Myers is like,
Yeah.
He said they giving us permission to shoot us.
Nah, but on a serious note, yo, Mo, check it out, man. So, you know, I'm glad we played that few things. Shout out to Lareezy, the young kid from New Orleans, MC Fire. We just heard Mr. Ye.
I mean,
when
I can't believe
Hurricane Katrina.
I can't believe it. 20 years, bro.
20 years.
20 years, bro.
20 years. And shout out to Netflix. They just dropped a documentary, a short series on Hurricane Katrina, 20 years. But also shout out to Spike Lee, because that was a Spike Lee joint, actually. You know, he
when the levees broke on HBO.
Produced that. So
I actually haven't seen any of the documentaries on Katrina.
It's exactly what you see it, and then you think about exactly what Ye just said there. And it's like, imagine if you were there, right? Like, it's just a feeling of hurt, at least for me, right? You're like, yo, what would I do? Like, there's a story where a guy is trying to save his family, and his, like, granddaughter, she's, like, 4, bro, and she just disappears.
Damn.
And then he had to basically flip it and be like, I just got to get whoever I can on top of this roof.
Damn.
Like, how do you, like, that's so painful to hear, bro. Like,
yeah, man.
And, you know, rest in peace to all the people that were lost, you know. And, you know, I actually know people, you probably know people that had to migrate to different cities. Like, I know people that live in Houston now, right? And
they're originally from New Orleans, yeah.
Yeah, and so the 3 cities that they said were Atlanta, Dallas, and Houston were the main, you know, the larger populations that had to go to those cities. And they stood there because they stood in those cities because the wages were higher, the living was just much better, bro. Like, I mean, how they treated the areas of the city in New Orleans, it was just not great at all. So it's just a sad situation to think about, man.
The whole I mean,
and then what he was saying with the firearms, bro, they was literally had their gun, like, they had the military and the police officers were actually treating folks like if they were real, like, dangerous, like if they were really dangerous, bro.
This is like, what I'm saying, like, we have like short-term memory loss, right? Like, we don't remember what the last administration did with the power, what the one before that did with the power. And when you go back and you revisit, you're like, yo, all these motherfuckers are like the same, bro. Whenever they in there, they don't take care of us. None of them do.
Yeah, and then they want us to think that there's no racial ties to this shit. Man, but there is. They look at us.
New Orleans is the most beautiful, yet at the same time, the fucking ugliest city. One of the ugliest cities in America, because I don't know why they don't value it, dog. Like, it's a beautiful, like, it's the culture, like the history.
Yo, remember the
And
first time? Remember?
yo,
We drove from New York to
bro,
New Orleans.
listen, yo,
19 hours, some shit like that. Some crazy
crazy
shit.
nigga. That was just like a couple of years before Katrina, nigga.
It was.
It's crazy.
Shout out to New Orleans. Shout out to my man Homegrown.
Yo,
You know what I'm
shout to the
saying?
boot, man.
How
You
everybody
know what I'm
doing?
saying?
Holding
Louisiana
your heads
steel
up there.
toe.
But yeah, as far as the culture, like it's just
It says,
it's a real rich and different type of culture, man. Like the vibes those people have, man. So
I mean, they still use terms like the lower ninth ward. Like,
yeah.
what city still uses these kind of terms, bro?
Well, in Houston we got the wards too. We got various wards. I can't give you all of them, but
Yeah.
we got that too. So I'm still learning about the city. But yeah,
So
man,
you seen? I mean,
I forgot the,
so I'm
the
like back and forth with documentaries, right?
yeah.
Because
Let's get into that.
documentaries are really being whatever documentary you're seeing, you're being presented a certain perspective. You know what I mean?
Very true. Yes.
And so I love documentaries, but I'd encourage people that whatever documentary you dive into, watch the next documentary about the same topic and see if
Right.
things kind of check out
Right.
or if you get new information. And at the end of the day, it's storytelling through the perspective of a certain individual. You know what I mean? So I didn't watch any of the Katrina ones, so I can't really offer anything about what they
I
showed and things
I
like that.
definitely I definitely suggest to take a look at
Is there
that
a new one
one
out?
and one on HBO. So the new one is the one on Netflix, right? That's the one
Okay.
produced by Spike. Um,
Wait, I thought he
I
produced
believe it's Netflix. Wait, am I
Hold on, let
wrong?
me pull it up real quick.
My fault. I don't know why I thought it was Netflix. Could have sworn it was Netflix, but um, yeah, pull that up real quick just so I can make sure I'm on point with that.
I mean, it wouldn't like I would expect that over. I mean, we coming up on it. I expect a whole bunch of like 9/11 kind of
Yeah,
documentaries to be circulating. You know what I mean?
yeah,
All right, hold on. So let me see. Let me see what we pulling up here. So, several documentaries explore the impact of Hurricane Katrina, which struck the Gulf Coast. There's a 3-part series called
that's it.
Katrina,
That's it.
Come Hell, and High Water.
That's it.
Executive produced by Spike Lee.
That's the one. Was that?
It's premiered on Netflix
That's what I'm
a
saying.
couple of
See?
days ago. Yeah, a couple
Yeah,
of days ago.
yeah. So that's the joint.
So
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Classic documentaries include Spike Lee's When the Levees Broke. So
Oh,
I'm
so
gonna
he
watch
had
them
another
both. I
one.
want to see. That was the original one he did
Okay.
in
Yeah.
2006.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So
So that'll be
um
good to check out. But just going back to the
so
documentary conversation.
that
Yeah.
initial one,
Yeah.
basically he keys in on the fact that the levees broke, and that's why the flooding and everything happened.
Yeah, because there are truly two parts of this, right? And he does go into both parts of it. That's why there's 3 episodes, and then the last one is more of like really talking to
The
the
most
people
recent
that
one,
are still around. Yeah. No, there's 3 episodes, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like each
3-part
episode,
series. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So one is
Yep.
about the actual hurricane, right? So that was a disaster itself.
So
And then
now
literally like a day after or 2 days after, something like that, that's when the levees break. And
so I'm
then
I'm reading
the
this right.
city just,
That's
yeah,
when it really gets wiped out, right?
yeah, because
So
the
I'm
water
like,
just coming up.
I'm reading this and it says so when the levees broke was 2006. So that was like the year after, right? Then he did another one called Trouble in the Water in 2008. It says which follows a couple's struggle for FEMA aid and highlights systemic failures. FEMA need to go, bro.
Yeah,
Like this been going on for like 30 years now where they don't do nothing for nobody.
yeah,
Like you
I
see what
don't know.
happened in Asheville. You see what happened. I mean, whatever. I ain't even gonna. I'm just.
Yeah,
FEMA need to go.
yeah,
It need to
no,
be
yeah.
reimagined. It don't need to go because we need the service. We
I
need
feel I feel what you're saying.
we
I feel
need
what
the
you're saying.
Federal Emergency Management Agency. We just need them to actually manage.
No, no, I definitely feel you on that, and I don't want to just brush over that. But going back to documentaries themselves, like I think one thing that was interesting is that folks had actual footage of themselves getting prepared for the storm, in the storm, right? Like,
They was
so
documenting it
they were actually
themselves.
thinking to document this, in some way they could, right? Whether they had a small camcorder or, they're taking photos, things like that, right? So it was
It's
just
so
interesting.
important. I mean, I think in today's society, it's completely undervalued. You know,
I think
like
we,
we got,
I think we're losing that, right? Yes.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean,
Um.
if you think about it, when we look at a picture when we were toddlers, when we were like young kids, there's no questioning that that was a real photo, that that was a real moment. Now, it's
Yeah.
like, was this Photoshop? Like, did you lasso this person in there? Like, there's so much.
Yeah.
Is this an AI generated content? Like now, it's just like ridiculous. So, but it's
Yeah.
important because, like, over the weekend, I went to the African American Museum.
Yeah.
All right, first time I've been there, but
Yeah.
what I could appreciate is so many artifacts, like real
Yeah.
shit from random people. You don't know their names, you don't know anything about them, but you know that they were here and they left a piece of what was
Yep.
going on at the time so that you could figure, so that we could be like, oh, this was
Yep.
for real. Like this really happened.
Yeah. So if you got the Illmatic joint, you need to keep that vinyl or cassette because that's an artifact. All right.
Yo,
I
right
just had to
on.
plug that in there. My fault.
It's your
My
man,
fault.
Nazir.
I
It's your boy
I
Nazir.
just had to plug that in there. But yeah, I think it's very important, and that's something you said before to me was the journaling factor, right? Like how that is a big deal.
That's
And I
probably gonna be the most authentic form for somebody 30 years in the future to be like, this
right,
wasn't made up. This wasn't make believe. This was somebody
right,
wrote this, right? Like
right,
it wasn't a Word doc. It wasn't a
yeah,
tweet. It wasn't something that could possibly have been artificial, right? Like this was
right,
actually someone who did this. So everybody, start jotting down what goes on, man. Even if you think it's the most like stupidest
yo,
minute thing.
yeah. And then you know what? If you don't have a digital, like if you're wondering about photos, yo, just buy a disposable camera and
Facts.
just mess around and just take flicks around and some places and things like that, and then have them printed out so you can have stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
They still develop
so
film.
they do. You could do it at
Yeah,
CVS
that's right. You
still,
can do it yourself. Remember, they used to teach that kind
and
of
you
stuff.
could,
And listen, by the
yeah,
time we got to school, we wasn't like doing developing, but you used to do that type of stuff in school. Like you used to know how to develop some negatives.
yo, and then there's also profitability in there too, where if you keep a specific thing, there's value to this stuff, right? So like maybe consider that too, right? Even though to you it may seem like there's nothing you can do with it at the time, just think about
I
the
just think
future
about the
of it.
fact that I've seen some Nintendo 64 go for an absurd amount of money,
Yeah,
and I'm like,
right.
I mean, it was cool. It
Yep.
wasn't like to
And you
me.
know,
I was more impressed by PlayStation, but apparently,
yeah,
there's like
some. Mhm.
there's a lot of value in the simplicity of the things, right? Like how
Yeah.
things develop. So
How much was the first iPhone worth a couple years ago when they put that on the market,
oh,
right?
I don't
Like
even know.
the unopened iPhone.
Yeah,
What was
I,
that before
I don't
we
know.
wrap up?
Let's
I
see. Let's see
forgot
how.
what that was. But like just as an example, like there's people that this is what they do. They'll buy two of something, right? Use one and then leave it for later to see.
Let me
So it's
see.
interesting. And I
A lot
and I
of
know it's
people,
expensive and
a
I
lot
know
of
you
people do
can't.
it. A lot of people do it though with like shoes, where they'll buy
Yeah,
like
yeah,
two
yeah.
pairs of shoes, one to rock and
Yeah.
one is just like in the
They even
vault.
have rules to all of that. You can't buy more than two, I think. How much was it?
The current value of a first generation Apple iPhone, particularly that one that's sealed and in mint condition, is
Yeah.
approximately $190,000.
$190,000 you could have right
Sold in an
now
auction 2 years ago,
in your crib
July
if you
2023.
were able to invest in that. Now, I know everybody doesn't have that, but it's just an example of, what you can do, right? So if you got your
Now,
VHS, just try to keep that, all that.
so it says that it originally retailed in 2007.
Facts.
I think I got my first
It's almost 20 years.
iPhone. I got
It's
my
18
first.
years.
I think I got my first iPhone like in 2010.
I got mine out.
And that's because the first iPhone I got was actually iPhone 4. Now that I remember. And the reason was like I was like $500 for a phone. What's wrong with these niggas?
Yeah, now I think when they
now I'm like, yo, $1,500, no problem.
Meanwhile, that's like the same prices. That's crazy.
Exactly.
So anyway, man, like just think about this. It'll
Yo,
help,
hold on. Wait, just one more thing, man. I gotta see what's up with the iPod.
You checking out something else? The iPod. Oh, the iPod. See, that would be another example.
That one definitely. I still got the joint with the wheel. It just, it's kind of don't really work like that.
Yeah.
This one says it's between $200 and $500.
Okay.
With estimates reaching up to $1,000. But you know what? Unopened first generation iPods selling for as much as $30,000.
That's what I'm saying. Unopened, right? Mm-hmm. So there you go. Like if you have a few of those items, you can have something, and
And you see, it's like they made it. It's almost like, yo, it was such a good design, yo. It was such a good design at the time. Yo, Apple, man, get this shit together, man. Y'all gotta give us some new stuff.
Chill, he's wilding. Yo, document, figure out.
Does your iPhone 17 look different from your iPhone 4? No.
Document as best as possible. If it's something that you have a passion for, a love, and you want to make sure, right, that's carried on, you definitely want to figure out what's the best way to do that.
Want to hide something from a nigga, put it in a book.